and welcome. Thank you all for being here and participating in our town hall today. We are very excited to share information and answer your questions about the ANCC Readiness Test. To start, we'd like to introduce our many presenters who are here to provide you with information on our readiness test. I will start us off with Ajalik.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ajalik Jude, and I am a senior editor for Measurement Services. My role involves training item writers to develop exam items, editing items, and reviewing those items with our content expert panel. It's a pleasure to be here and speak with you about the readiness test. And I'll pass it to Caitlin.
Good morning. My name is Caitlin Godowski, and I'm the Test Development Manager at ANCC's Measurement Services. I work with the senior editors and senior test developer to manage the development of our exams. I'll pass it over to Tracy.
Thank you, Caitlin. My name is Tracy Gepselman. I'm the Senior Operations Manager for Products and Services at Measurement Services. I've been assisting with spearheading the launch of our readiness test and getting the word out there, and do all the operational work within the Measurement Services Department, which builds all the certifications that you take. Happy to be here, and thank you again for being here. Caitlin?
I am Caitlin Brown. I'm the Outreach Specialist with the Advanced Practice and Certification Outreach Team. My roles and responsibilities really take on the creative content for our team. And I do want to let you know that we've partnered with people from other departments, such as Lola, who is Senior Membership Marketing Specialist. She's not able to attend today, but we are going to go into some detail later on about benefits of being an ANA member. So when we get to her slide, I'll talk a little bit about that, but everything is also hyperlinked as well. And now I'm going to take it over to our additional members that will be available for Q&A. I'm going to first introduce Dr. Sean DeGarmo. Sean?
Thank you, Caitlin, and welcome, everyone. My name is Sean DeGarmo. I'm the Director of Advanced Practice Initiatives and Certification Outreach. Please feel free to reach out to me or my team if we can help you in any way. And I would like to turn it over and introduce Elizabeth Walters.
Hi, everyone. This is Elizabeth Walters. I'm the Assistant Director of APRN Operations with the Advanced Practice Initiatives and Certification Outreach. And I'll pass it on to Lourdes.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I am Lourdes Carriega. I'm the Senior Certification Outreach Specialist for the APRN Practice Initiatives and Certification Outreach Team. Rosemary?
Thank you, Lourdes. Good morning. My name is Rosemary Bryson. I'm one of the 3 senior certification analysts in the certification department at ANCC, and I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions that you may have in reference to applying for certification or renewal. And I'll pass it along to Clarina.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Clarina Williams-Davis. I'm Measurement Services Specialist, and my role today was to ensure putting this amazing town hall together with my team members. So I hope you all have a wonderful time today. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Clarina, and thank you, everyone. As you can see, we have a lot of different people from different parts of ANCC on this call. It takes a village to do the work, and the readiness test has been a true testament of us collaborating with one another and providing something that we think is really beneficial for you in preparation for your certification exam. I'm going to now pass it over to Ajalik, who will talk a little bit more about the overview of our readiness test.
Thank you, Tracy. So let's get started with our main topic and reason for gathering today, the Readiness Test, which is a new pre-certification exam resource that fulfills an important need within the community of nurses and nursing students who are preparing for certification. Over the years, we have heard from ANCC certification candidates about general testing anxiety, concerns about a lack of familiarity with the testing platform, stress related to taking the exam for the first time, and a feeling of not being ready to sit for the exam. Our goal with the Readiness Test is to provide an opportunity for candidates to simulate a testing environment without the pressure, anxiety, and high stakes typically associated with the scored certification exam. Ultimately, our hope is that the readiness test will help nurses to feel more confident and comfortable in pursuing certification. One of the greatest benefits of the readiness test is that the test is administered through Prometric, which is the same testing platform used to administer the certification exam. Candidates who take the readiness test will be able to experience a timed and live proctored testing environment, either at a testing center or remotely. Next slide, please. Thank you. Each readiness test contains 60 questions that were previously developed for the ANCC certification exam, providing candidates with the opportunity to preview the style of questions and the content areas covered on the certification exam. The questions were reviewed and validated by a representative panel of content experts who are certified in the practice area. The readiness test is designed to be representative of the domain, the item distribution, and difficulty level of the full-length certification exam. In the testing session, examinees have 75 minutes to answer the 60 questions, which is comparable to the time allotted per item on the certification exam. Score report results are available within an hour of completing the test. The score report will provide the number of questions that were answered correctly in each domain, the total number of questions in each domain, and the performance percent score. Candidates can repurchase and take the test as many times as they would like to assess knowledge and proficiency. Each testing session costs $85. Next slide, please. Okay, some of you may be aware of the certification prep products that are available to study and prepare for the certification exams, but you may be wondering, what differentiates these pre-certification exam resources? Here's an overview of the distinguishing elements between certification prep and the readiness test. Certification prep products provide several resources to help candidates for certification prepare, study, and review for their certification exam, with offerings that span from online review courses to review and resource manuals, as well as practice IQs. The certification prep products best support candidates in exam preparation and review of exam content and topics. They also have the added benefit of providing contact hours. In contrast, the readiness test supports candidates in assessing their readiness to sit for the certification exam. Presumably, a potential candidate who schedules a readiness test is already prepared and studied for their certification exam, and now they want to assess their readiness for the exam by experiencing the timed live proctored testing platform and environment. The ability to experience the certification exam platform, including test center and live remote proctoring security check-in, aims to help alleviate testing anxiety and stress. We would also like to note that certification prep and readiness tests are not a requirement to prepare or qualify for the certification exam, and they do not guarantee a passing score on the certification exam. The use of the readiness test is intended only to assist individuals in assessing their readiness to sit for the certification exam. Hopefully this demonstrates how both certification prep and readiness tests can potentially assist you on the path to certification. Next slide, please. Now we'll go over how to schedule a readiness test. Anyone who is considering applying for a certification, planning to retest for a certification, or wanting the experience of taking a test administered by Prometric can schedule a readiness test. There are no eligibility requirements or authorization required to schedule. The readiness tests are computer-based and offered through the Prometric testing system. You may self-schedule your readiness test online on the Prometric website or by phone with the Prometric registration and scheduling line. In the resource console, we have shared information and links to the ANCC Readiness Test webpage, the Prometric scheduling webpage, and the Prometric scheduling phone number. Please note that the Prometric webpages for the certification exam and the readiness test are often confused as the URLs are similar. So you'll want to make sure that when you are scheduling a readiness test, confirm that you are accessing prometric.com/ANCCR. If using that web page, a confirmation number or authorization to test will not be required to schedule. To avoid incurring a rescheduling or cancellation fee, be sure to make any changes to your appointment at least 15 days prior to your test date and time. And if you plan to test via live remote proctoring, we encourage you to review the system requirements in Prometric's ProProctor user guide. Prior to your testing session, you will be required to download, install, and launch ProProctor, the online proctoring application. We also recommend that you conduct a system readiness check in the ProProctor application. The links to access the ProProctor user guide and the system readiness check are available on the ANCC Readiness Test web pages and Prometric's scheduling web page. In just a few moments, I will demonstrate how to self-schedule a testing appointment for the Readiness Test on Prometric's web page. And I will be sharing my screen in just a moment. Okay, can I receive confirmation that you all can see my shared screen, which would be the Prometric ANCC Readiness Test web page? Okay, thank you to my colleagues that have confirmation that you all can see this. So I'll just provide a brief overview of this page. So right here at the top, we have a hyperlink that will navigate you to nursingworld.org, the Readiness Test web page on our website, where you can learn more information about the currently available readiness tests and the test content outlines associated with each readiness test and certification exam. There's also some brief information about the readiness test, friendly reminders that, of course, taking the readiness test does not provide your certification, and when you are ready to schedule your certification exam, you will need to navigate to a different web page, the ANCC Prometric scheduling page. And then there's also some information about scheduling your readiness test at a Prometric testing center or scheduling a remotely proctored readiness test. This link right here, where it says click here, will open the ProProctor user guide that I mentioned a few minutes ago, and it includes really important information about system requirements, environment requirements if you're taking a remotely proctored exam, how you need to configure your environment, and information about the check-in process, the security check-in process if you're taking a live remote proctored exam. And finally, this link here will navigate you to the page where you can perform a system readiness check, which we certainly recommend that you use the computer that you plan to use on the same day as your live remote proctored testing session and ensure that all of your system requirements meet Prometric, or all of your system configuration meets Prometric system requirements. And finally, there is a link on this page to access your score report. You will receive an email 1 hour after completing your readiness test with information to access your score report. However, if you do not receive that email, you can always return to this page and click here to view that score report. You'll be asked for your confirmation number as well as your last name, and it will pull up the score report. Okay, scrolling back up, I will go over the left-hand navigation menu. As you can see, we have links to locate a test center, schedule a readiness test at a test center, as well as confirm your appointment, reschedule, and cancel. Similarly, we have links to schedule, reschedule, and cancel a remotely proctored readiness test. And finally, we have links to important information such as what to expect on the day of your exam, whether you're taking remotely proctored or a test at a testing center. So what I'd like to do is demonstrate how to schedule a remotely proctored readiness test. So you would navigate to that left-hand navigation menu, click Schedule, and ProScheduler will open. And on this first screen, we have More important reminders. Another reminder that you're not scheduling a certification exam, you're scheduling a readiness test. And there's also some important information about identification requirements and what else you need to bring to your exam. So you'll definitely want to read through all of this important information as far as the reschedule cancellation policy, payment, and when to arrive for your testing appointment. And then you can advance to the next page. And then we have Prometric's personal data privacy, disclosure, and consent notice. Read through all of this this important information about your personal data and how it will be used and processed by Prometric. And then once you have read and digested that information, you'll want to confirm your age, that you are at least 18 years of age, and that you consent to the collection and processing of personal data. And then you'll advance to the next page, and then you'll arrive at this screen. As far as testing accommodations, you can only request those for your actual certification exam, so readiness test takers should click no to continue scheduling their readiness test. And then you'll have your test selection menu with all of the currently available readiness tests. And for the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to schedule a psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner readiness test. So I will select that and then advance to the next screen. And then you'll just be asked to confirm the time zone that you're in, and I am in Eastern Time. And then I'll click and advance to the next page. And then now I can search to find available testing appointments. So let's say I'd like to schedule in November. I'll select the start date of November 1st. And you can only select a 2-week time frame to search available appointments. So I'll go to the end of that time frame and select November 15th as my end date and click Find Available Times. And then we have some very early morning appointments on November 1st. You can, of course, scroll down, click More Times. And let's say I would like to schedule my test on November 1st at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to click Select. And we recommend that you review all of the information that you have selected thus far for your test appointment, that you would like to take the psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner readiness test, you would like to test remotely, and your testing date is November 1st and time 10 a.m. And once you've confirmed all of that information looks good, you'll click Reserve Test Time. Okay, and then we have one additional biometric collection disclosure from Prometric. So you'll read through all of this information, understanding the use of fingerprints at computer-based test centers, facial recognition during remotely proctored tests, and so on. Go through and read all of that, and then if you consent, you'll click Consent to advance to the next page. And then you'll be prompted to enter a profile. So for my fellow fans of the office, today I will be Jim Halbert, and I will be using his name to create my profile. So you'll enter your first and last name, your street address. City is not required. Only fields marked with an asterisk are required. Country is required. I'll enter United States. State is also required, as well as zip code. You'll also enter your birth date, and you'll be asked to enter your email and then, of course, validate that email. And finally, you'll enter a phone number. And if you are missing any of those required fields, you'll not see this right arrow to advance, so that will indicate that you need to return to enter some other information. So I'll advance to the next screen. And this is where you'll verify your appointment details, read through your personal details. Your name entered here does need to match your identification that you will use to verify your identity at the start of your testing session. So ensure that this information looks good and is accurate. And then finally, absolutely confirm once again that your test date, your desired test time, and the test that you would like to take is all reflected accurately here. And then you will advance to the next page. And this will be the final page where you will enter your payment information and type. And then once you do that, you will complete your appointment and your appointment will be set. Okay, so that is how you schedule your readiness test appointment. I will stop sharing my screen. And if one of my colleagues can let me know once these slides have returned into view, I'll continue. No, there we go. Okay, Tracy, can you advance? Thank you. Okay, next we'll discuss the score report that is received after completing the readiness test. The score report will indicate whether you have passed or failed. It will also include the percent score, which is the percentage of questions that were answered correctly from the total number of questions. If a candidate is unable to answer all 60 questions on the test form, then the percent score will be calculated based on the percentage of questions that were answered correctly out of the total number of answered questions. The percentage score determines whether a test taker has passed the readiness test. In addition, the score report will include the number of questions answered correctly in each domain and the total number of questions in that domain. You can use this information to determine which content areas of the test content outline you may want to review further. While the score report contains information that will assist in the assessment of the test taker's strengths and weaknesses in preparation for the certification exam, the performance on the readiness test is not an exact prediction of performance on the certification exam. Now, Tracy will share our currently available readiness test and preview the readiness test that will launch in 2023. Next slide, please.
Thank you, Angelique. And thank you for all of that information on the readiness test. So I will share the current readiness test that we have available for you to go to our website and take today if you want to. So we have them available for our APRN certification exams, the adult general acute care nurse practitioner, adult general primary care nurse practitioner, family nurse practitioner, and psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner. Readiness tests we have available for nursing specialty certification exams are below. We have nursing professional development, psychiatric mental health nursing, and in December we'll be launching our medical surgical nursing readiness test. In 2023, we will be launching 5 additional readiness tests. We will be doing our final advanced practice adult gerontology clinical nurse specialist. We'll be launching nurse executive and nurse executive advanced, ambulatory care nursing, and cardiac vascular nursing. And those will begin launching in March of next year through the summer. One other piece of information I'm excited to share that we will be launching soon is our Readiness Test voucher program. It'll be an opportunity to purchase readiness tests in bulk at discounted rates. Vouchers purchased directly from Prometric, and you are able to use the vouchers for 6 months from purchase and potentially could be an option to include in your curriculum. The way that it works is you can buy X number of readiness tests. So 1 to 10 would still be at the $85 rate. 10 to 20 would be at a discounted rate, 20 to 50, and then 50 to 100 would be additionally discounted. The idea would be to purchase these, and if you are faculty or working in a hospital, if it's something you wanted to provide to your staff or to your class as an assessment for their readiness for the specific certification they are looking to take, you could do this and disseminate however you deemed most effective for you. So it's very flexible, and you could also purchase X number of them and offer them in the beginning of the semester or at the end of the semester. So really provide this opportunity to those that are interested and to utilize how best meets your needs. If you're interested in learning more, you can contact me at tracy.getzelman@ana.org. Also looking for people that may be interested in piloting this program as we are soft launching it, and then we'll be fully launching it in the new year. The discount for 10 to 20 vouchers is $5 off. So instead of $80, it would be $85, it would be $80. And if you have more questions about that, feel free to reach out to me and I can provide you with the information. I'm now going to pass it to my colleague, Caitlin Godowski, who will talk about another offering we have through Measurement Services.
Thank you so much, Angelique and Tracy, for walking us all through the Readiness Test. Another offering from ANCC is the test writing webinar and workshop. The webinars are great for individuals who want to gain some extra content knowledge on developing test blueprints, understanding item fundamentals, different item types, reviewing items to ensure there are no bias or stereotypes present in those items. Also in terms of building up support for peer reviewing, and you'll receive an item development and review checklist. This is a quarterly offering. It's a 2-hour webinar and really introductory content in the topics that I mentioned. This opportunity is available to register for through Eventbrite. There's a QR code up on your screen that you can use to select a registration for this event. The cost is $175, and again, we offer this 4 times in a year. So for 2023, we will offer this on February 17th, May 12th, September 15th, and December 1st. Those dates are available through the Eventbrite QR code. Alternatively, we also offer the workshops. This is an option for groups or departments. If you have a nursing program within a school or a hospital and you're looking to educate a larger group of staff, this is typically a 4 or 8 hour workshop spread over 1 or 2 days. We do this scheduling as it suits the needs of your department or group. We go through a lot of introductory and in-depth content that we use and discuss through engaging breakout sessions with our facilitators. We can really customize the content of this workshop to what your staff or group needs. We expand on all of the available webinar topics listed on the left side of your screen, as well as learning objectives and rubrics. We have some additional topics available, such as aligning your learning objectives to item development, different types of rubrics, cognitive levels for item development, and basic item statistics. We're very flexible on the location, so we're able to present this content virtually or in person. And if you'd like more information about the workshops, please reach out to msconsulting@ana.org for more information. Thank you so much, and I'll pass it over to my colleague, Caitlin.
Thank you so much. My name is Caitlin Byrne, and I will be going over a few more slides that pertain to one of our newest websites, as well as our Facebook page and current promo codes. So this slide that you see right here, this is one of the ANA Enterprise's newest websites. This is our Advanced Practice Initiatives page. Everyone should have a copy of the slide deck, so these are hyperlinked and we'll get you to the corresponding pages. But basically, this is broken down within the whole journey of an APRN. So whether you are a prospective APRN student thinking about, becoming an APRN student and wanting to know kind of what field of APRN study you'd like to go into, we have a website that kind of holds your hand with that, if you will, and talks about those different options. We have content available for current APRN students. Maybe you're now thinking about becoming certified. What are the requirements for ANCC APRN certification? We do also have a copy of our presentations in that website that talk about the APRN, how to apply for your ANCC APRN certification exam, and also the ANCC certification renewal requirements, which I think, if you're not certified yet, perhaps you're not at that point yet to think about renewal, but at the same token, you want to choose a certifier that's going to assist you on your professional journey. So that is maintaining your certification. We do have very robust renewal requirement options available for you. So definitely take a look at that. We have content for APRN faculty. So for our faculty that are on the line that want some resources to better assist their students, that is also available for you. Content for practicing APRNs, and then our Meet the Teams page. So if you need to get in touch with us, that's hyperlinked to our Meet the Teams page.